So, I don't know where you are today, but the weather is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And listen, Mancunians, when that sun's out, we like to tell everybody. We like to let you know the weather's out and it's beautiful. And it is today. It's so fresh. So I've just been for a little wander around Castlefield and Deansgate. And just, that's my little reset. So that's my little break off. So separating the work element from the fitness side of things. So just that little refocus time. So I can just take that time out, let my thoughts do whatever they need to do. Just break away, have a little wander around, just watch people around the city doing their thing, and just absorb some of this gorgeous sunshine and freshness. And you know what? So the challenge so far, it's almost 50% of the way through. Almost 50% of the way through. And I'm really enjoying it so far. Honestly, I can't believe that I'm at this point in the vlog series so far. So I started the vlog series on YouTube for January's fitness challenge. So literally started for January's fitness challenge. We've done January's, we've done February's, and we're in March's. And even for me, looking back at the data and just seeing how I performed and all that sort of stuff, it is immense. And I promise you that I would bring you on the journey and just show you all different sides. And hopefully you're seeing that now. So there's going to be times when I'm going to be having absolutely amazing ecstatic results that I want to shout about and tell you about, and then there's going to be times when things aren't necessarily going according to plan, or whatever that may be, and that might come down to me being a hard taskmaster of myself, being hard on myself. But if I do that, I'm going to tell you about it. So there's somebody that I'm working with at the moment who is overwhelmed by the idea of changing something in their life, doing something fitness-wise, stepping foot into a gym. They work extremely hard in their work life, extremely hard, and there isn't anything that they can't do on that side of it. But on the personal side of it, the fitness side of it, the physical element, it's definitely not where it needs to be. So you know how I plan out my personal challenge projects, my fitness challenges, just literally using Google Sheets. I've done something similar for them. So I've got 3 different exercises that they're doing in some way, or there's something new that they'd like to introduce to sort of kickstart off the journey. And here's the thing, okay, so they're literally into this now, so it's about a week or something like that. And what they're noticing is, by having that project plan to look at, it's that accountability factor. It makes them think, okay, if I don't do that today, then that number's going to roll up, it's going to add up, so it's going to put more pressure on me doing that tomorrow or next week or the week after that. But also it's exciting for them, because once they start to input their data in terms of what they're focusing on, it means that they're achieving those goals, they're reaching milestones, and they can celebrate it, and it's good, and it's that progress thing. So they're only at the start of their journey, but you know what? It all starts with just day one. So it's having a thought, having an idea. I want to do this thing. How do I go about doing it? How can I introduce it? So what I always like to do, and this is for me personally, is it's important that I challenge myself. So on the fitness side of it, I just personally like that. I probably find it challenging to not know what I'm doing that day. Meaning, if I didn't know that today I was doing 250 pull-ups with a 10 kilogram weight, 250 rings dips with a 7.5 kilogram weight, and 5,000 indoor rows, and I just had to make something up, the creative part of me might be excited for that moment, think, oh, I could do this, that and the other, and that's okay, and I could sort of do that. But I know me, I like to do something where it's an element, it's a jigsaw piece of a much bigger puzzle. So like, for example, March's challenge today is one session. It's one session. It's a workout of the day, it's today's session, but that session is a jigsaw piece in March's puzzle. And just knowing that I can slot that in there, and every time I do that, I'm building out the picture and I'm getting one step closer to achieving March's challenge, or at least finding out what the outcome's going to be, whether I've hit it or whether I've not hit it. That excites me. That excites me. That's why I build out my sessions, my workout sessions, literally just on my device, on my phone, right here, just using Google Keep or Apple Notes or whatever it is, a free application on your device. And that's what you see at the end of my vlog series, fitness challenge videos. That's what you see at the end of the vlog series. That's how I build it out. So it's super, super simple, and it makes sense to me, and it keeps me focused. But when I finish my session at the end of the day, or whenever it is, when I get a chance, then looking at the project and thinking, okay, that session for today, that's the jigsaw piece in the wider challenge as part of the puzzle. So that's what excites me. But when somebody else is doing something and they're following that process and they say it's making a difference in their life, honestly, I love that. That is an amazing thing, because it means that it's making a difference in somebody else's life. So they've been inspired in some way, and they've been motivated to do that thing for themselves, but the commitment element, that is coming from them, because that's the input part. They're focusing on the bits that they can control, and that's them showing up, doing their thing. And I suppose it doesn't really matter what that thing is. I've always said this: if you can find enjoyment in the physical activity or the activities that you're doing, that is fundamentally, that's a solid foundation. If you can find enjoyment in that, that's a solid foundation. But if you can understand your why you want to do that thing, and connect the two together, so why do you want to do it, and then you can find enjoyment in it, they're beautiful foundational ingredients. Understanding and connecting to your why absolutely is essential, because that will self-motivate you. That's what it will do. It will self-motivate you. You will inspire yourself, and that level of commitment you will keep on that journey. So seeing somebody else do that, and getting that feedback, and it being so fresh, so recent, it's lovely. But that, honestly, it all starts with day one. So I can't remember where I'm at in the challenge so far. You'll see the data at the end of it. I think we're on about day 10 or something now. Anyway, it'll be at the end. Loving it, absolutely loving it. I'm definitely pushing myself on the indoor rowing, and I've not hidden this fact that I'm not necessarily comfortable when my heart rate gets super beaty. Not even a proper expression, when it just beats really, really fast and for a prolonged period of time. I'm not a big fan of that, I'll be honest with you. It definitely does make you feel alive, but I get that in different ways. You know, I talk to different people, so runners can get this, cyclists, any sort of activity where your heart rate's beating for a high level of time. This could be a CrossFitter, for example. That element where your heart rate is beating really, really fast for a prolonged period of time. Some people really enjoy it. It makes them feel alive, makes them feel present in that moment, which is a good thing. Feeling present in the moment is amazing. It's just, for me, I think it's something that I need to get used to, because of how I've trained for so long. It's very much muscular endurance. So if I say to somebody I'm an endurance athlete, or endurance is my focus, immediately they're like, runner, cyclist, that type of thing. And obviously I say, no, it's pull-ups, high volumes, or rings dips, or something like that. And a lot of it is control. It's keeping the heart rate reduced, keeping it nice and focused, focusing on the breath work and going for the distance. Or I suppose if I was into running, which it's not something that I do. Running isn't something that I do on a daily basis. I would imagine, depending on what type of running it would be, there would be a point whereby I would get used to the heart rate being at a certain rate. But my feedback on the indoor rowing, doing the 5,000 meters row, is I think day one, I want to say it was about 26 minutes it took me to get to that point. And I just literally got on the rower and just went for it. And I think most recent is around about, I want to say just under 23. It's definitely 22 something. So that is an improvement. If I was to just stop doing the rowing now, then that improvement in what is it, 8-9 days, something like that, I'm super impressed with that. And I've learned different things. I've learned things, but I'm still learning. I don't know everything there is to know about it, but that's what makes it a journey. I would say that the rowing looks like it's really simple, and I suppose to a certain degree it is, but it's still practice for me. So I'm practicing that movement. Believe you me, I'm being very patient with it, but I'm persistent to keep going. And I want to see what I can do with the time element of it. If I can get that time element, see how low I can get it. I think the last time I checked on the internet, I think the 5,000 meters row, I think somebody did it, the world record. I want to say it was about 14 minutes, something like that. 14 minutes, blah, 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 whatever it is, 14 minutes, so many seconds. Wow. That is next level. That is serious dedication. I can see the thrill. I can see the buzz from doing that type of thing. But anyway, listen, I'm going to see how we get on. Hope you're doing well with your fitness challenge, your fitness journey at the moment. Whether it's day one today and you're starting your first new thing, whether you're a seasoned athlete or whether you're a seasoned fitness enthusiast or just a regular fitness enthusiast, whatever it may be, if you're on your journey and you're doing your thing and you're enjoying it, or you're looking to change something and pivot, do something different, that's amazing. Listen, forge your own path, find your own flow, find your own way. And there's so many different people out there doing so many different things, and there's so much influence out there. So yeah, right, without further ado, I am gonna get on with the training. I'm excited. See you soon. Okay, that's the pull-ups done. Got to be honest with you today, body temperature is definitely a lot higher. That could be something to do with the weather. Of course, we've got air conditioning on in here, but I've also eaten as well. So I'm training non-fasted, and I'll be honest, I ate quite a bit of food about an hour before I trained, whereas the last couple of sessions, for example, fully fasted in a super deep fast. So that could have something to do with it as well. Hydration levels pretty strong, but yeah, so 250 achieved with the 10 kg rings dips now. Okay, so listen, I've had to do it. I've had to take it from the 7.5 kilogram weight for the rings dips, and I've had to go for the 10 kg. And you know something, I'm glad that I've made the move, but will I make it to the end? Will I do the 250 rings dips? Let's see. So I'm down here now for the indoor rows. Listen, let me tell you, those rings dips, immense. Block 1, 7.5 kilograms. Block 2, I just wanted to go for that 10 kilogram and see how it felt. So I did 100 rings dips for that block, and then another 50. So 150 rings dips with a 10 kilogram weight. You know what? It does feel amazing. There's a part of me that's thinking, I've got that juice, I've got that energy, but that will definitely, that one change, that will definitely have an impact. So I'll be interested to see what the data looks like tomorrow, how I perform tomorrow. So right now, pull-ups are leveling out, 10 kilogram weight, 250 10 kilogram weight pull-ups, and 250 rings dips, 100 of those with a 7.5 kg and 150 with a 10 kg. You'll see all the data at the end, but right now, let's get on with the rowing. So here we are. So make sure I've got it. So three, yeah. Typically speaking, when it's on that, it's on a 10, but I'll see on the digital display when it comes up. Oh, this is the bit where I just need to adjust the seat. You know that bit, you just need to get it right. It's when I'm going back and forth, just got to get it right. Otherwise, yeah, I can get the numb bum feeling, or I can end up just nicking my cheeks. You know what I mean? I've just got to get it right. So the way that I do it is, personally, I just sit on there and then I sit back like that, just see how it feels. But then I get right up into that point and then I do a couple of these and I think, right, that feels good. Because obviously, as I get into it over time, yeah, don't want to get that sore bottom. That is the worst part. Anyway, less complaining, let's get on with it. So that is it. Indoor rowing. Complete. What a session today. Honestly, what a session it has been. So, things I've noticed, little techniques that I can deal with. Basically, there's this thing whereby, so when I go for the pull, I'm like, so a big exhale on the pull. So now, when I pull like that, and then it's going back, the train's going back. Of course, you got the motor whipping around, blowing that beautiful fresh air in my chops. So what I do is I look for that. I look for that recoil. I look for that. So I've got it there, and I go back, and I wait for that bit, and then I pull again. So I try and find that flow, that flow, so it makes sense. Because sometimes, if I release back with a chain and then just pull straight away, the resistance is against me. So I have to wait for that bite point. You can almost feel it. That bit where the wheel is just spinning and you just catch it at that moment and then you pull again. So you've got that, you tap into that already existing momentum. So you're going with it. I'm going to call it going with the grain. Now if I bib it too soon, I'm going against the grain. So if I'm going back like that with a chain and I pull too soon, I'm going to get that resistance and my watts are going to drop down. And I'm going to be working harder to get those meters rowed, essentially. Whereas if I time it just right and then pull, I get that flow state. A bit like with the pull-ups. So as you know, with the pull-ups, It's 5 reps, rest for 30 seconds, 5 reps, rest for 30 seconds. One pull-up takes me around about 2.5 seconds, so 1.25 seconds on the pull, 1.25 seconds on the eccentric on the way down. So everything has a process, there's a system in place, and it will boil down to math. But it's really interesting that at this point now, I'm starting to get that flow and that rhythm, and as I start to get the watts, so that's the bottom right hand corner of the screen, which you'll see at the end of today's vlog. I've been focusing on that. I've been trying to maintain that being above 150, and you know what? I have achieved it today. So there's 2 occasions when I had to stop, and when I say stop, I stopped for probably about 5 seconds on each occasion. One was I noticed that I just needed to cough. So you can tell now it's like my mouth feels like it's really, really dry, and I coughed while I was doing the rowing, and I felt like it changed my breathing rhythm, and I didn't like it. So I knew what I needed to do. I needed to just stop what I was doing, and then just for a moment, just take a quick pause, take a beat, find that rhythm, get my breathing back on track, focus on the bits that I can control, and then get back into the rowing, get back into the pulls. Happened twice. So it's that part whereby, obviously, you know, if I had somebody here with me, they just pass me some water, I just drink it with my electrolytes in, but I don't. It's just my good self. And like I said, the challenge to me is to get on the rower and to do the 5,000 meters road with no breaks, no interruptions. Obviously, I've got my water at the side. I can do that if I need to. If I need to wipe down my hands, get rid of the moisture, I can do. But I don't want to do that. I want to try and train myself to be able to go the distance for the 5,000 meters, and so far I'm doing that. But yeah, twice today when I coughed and it changed my breathing. So that was something that I just needed to rectify, but I got it back up on track. So the watts definitely stayed above 150. It did drop a couple of times to say around about 138. But that's just when I was recognising the thing with the breathing and the coughing. Other than that, direct feedback, I just want to give you on the fly. Body temperature today, yeah, I felt a lot hotter. I think I might have explained that earlier when I was doing the pull-ups. It is warmer today in general. And I do think eating, and I did eat quite a bit. I think at the moment my eating's definitely increased. I'm definitely consuming more calories. Somebody even said to me the other day, said, "Oh, you're doing a clean bulk?" I didn't know what that meant, so I said, "I'm not sure what you mean there." So you eating a bit more? I said, "Yeah, why?" So, "Oh, you just tell you can look a bit bigger." And I thought, you know what, that person means well. I really like that person, so I said, I'll take that. Truth is, I'm eating a bit more at the moment, but you know, I'm probably burning off more calories by doing the rowing, for example. What I'll probably do though is tomorrow I'll probably train fasted. As you know, training in a fasted state is something that I do the majority of the time. It just really depends on what I've got going on that day. And today, today that wasn't something I could factor in. Beautiful workout, beautiful session overall, feeling absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you now, because after this you're going to see the project plan for the fitness challenge for March, so you can see where the date is at, and of course you can see the breakdown of today's WOD. But listen, thank you so much for staying with me on this journey. I really do mean it. You're amazing, you're awesome. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Thank you for staying with me on the journey. See you soon, take care. So Tuesday complete today, 250 pull-ups with a 10 kg weight. But this one, I'm pleased with this. 250 rings dips, and I've increased that to the 10 kg. You'll see how today's session is broken down after this. And of course, 5,000 meters road. I've given you my breakdown on the meters road, fresh on the fly just now after finish it. So you know what, I've not got anything more to say on that. Thoroughly enjoying it. I'm now officially 50% of the way through. So I've just completed day 10 of the challenge. So I've got 2,500 pull-ups remaining. I've got 2,000 rings dips remaining, and I've got 50,000 meters road remaining. amazing, feeling awesome. See you soon.